Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Okay guys, we have got a number of new champions coming in the patch. I think the patch is dropping actually on Monday, which is quite unusual, but that's when the new fusion is going live. That's when certainly a couple of these heroes are coming in, or these champs are coming in. But yeah, we've got 6 new champions dropping, and as far as I'm aware, they're dropping on Monday. Before we go into it, I just want to call out Godforge is actually kind of like closing in on our beta release. We're starting to get to the points where we've got, champs in the mix, we've got animations going on, all of that type of stuff. And yeah, we'd love for you to sign up for the beta. There will be a link down below to be able to do so. The beta is going to go live around May, but you can also come and join the Fateless Discord and talk about all things Godforge. We've got our first time user experience coming through. Some of it's still very kind of like white box, I guess, is what you would call it, or grey box, where it's just like placeholder images. But definitely now we have got stuff going on. So yeah, I'm wondering if you guys want to see it, actually, I might do a sort of follow-up video of where we're at so far, what's been going on. You can see on some of our heroes now, we're starting to get like facial stuff in, which feels cool. Some of our heroes are going in, but they're not quite like, like properly animated and stuff yet. But things are starting to go on. There's just a bit of polish that is needed before we get ourselves into a kind of like beta stage. But it's coming damn soon. Anyway, let's get back onto the raid stuff. So what have we got coming in then for this patch? Obviously, I've got a bunch of new champions which are not part of it. Right, so obviously we've got the fusion then. So we've got Esme, who is going to be the fusion. One thing we haven't seen yet is things like her speed. Damn, it's high actually. 113 base speed for Esme the Dancer. She's got speed in all battles as the aura. I'm wondering whether I want her on the free-to-play, honestly. As I said in my original kind of like breakdown video of her, this buff is extremely strong for an A1 ability, giving you increased attack for your whole team. No books required. This is strong for stuff like Hydra, AoE weaken and block buffs. Obviously, if you've got Modo, things get better, but you have to pull him or you have to earn him in some way, which is probably going to be a pay-to-win method. But she does have a decreased turn meter as well. I think this is a great skill. And then we've got increased accuracy and speed on all allies. She's a great progression champion. I think I am going to try and get her on the free-to-play. I'm just wondering, like, now that I've got Necmo and I've already got Udo, I'm just wondering if she's as relevant to the free-to-play at this point. Like, to really hard push for her. But obviously, if you can get legendaries, you probably should. Got this active as well. Whenever this champion is hit, increases the turn meter of the ally with the highest attack by 50%. And it's only on a 1-turn cooldown. Again, no books required. This is what's quite interesting here. No books required for kind of a lot of the cool stuff, which does make her quite a free-to-play friendly great champion for progression. Like this ability here, if you make it quite fast, you're going to be getting your nuker going way more often in Hydra. Like way more often. 50% turn meter fill, and all she has to do is take a turn for that to happen again. Think how many more turns your damage dealer is going to get in Hydra for that. In fact, this plus this potentially make her OP for your damage dealer. I'm picturing here my Hydra team with Teox, and she would just be making Teox pump damage. Buff, hit, buff, hit. And in Hydra, that is phenomenal. So don't count out Esme, actually. I think she is going to be like pretty hardcore in teams. When I first saw her, I didn't think so, but this passive has just got me thinking she's going to be in a lot of teams. So Esme is going to be in the mix. Who else have we got? Obviously, her partner in crime, Modo. Again, we've seen his kit, hadn't seen his stats. He's got quite a high base attack. I guess I'll do a separate video where we just test his damage, because if he hits hard, this ability to double hit and stun, AoE stun is good. He's got an AoE ignore shields. Damage increases against Stone Skin. This might be a bit of a bait. Sometimes this is a bit of a bait because Stone Skin's so hard to get off. I mean, he's got to absolutely crunch people to get through Stone Skin. But if you do, you get an extra turn, and then you can come in and AoE stun. So if you've got Esme around, you're getting ignore defense as well. Could be interesting. I guess I'll try these two in a video and see what we think. But yeah, pretty high base attack, so might be decent. So ones then we hadn't seen before, we have got a Void Legendary Chowco. Damn, what's this guy? Oh, man. Is that Lilith on his back? What's going on with this dude? He's got a random hand hanging from his belt. He's got like a Eye of the Beholder type conch. Double weapons. And then he's basically, I don't know, like a frog? Or whatever this thing is. I'm not sure what this thing is. This is weird, man. This is like a weird champ. So he's an attack-based Void Legendary, high base attack at 1500, Chowco the Blind. Double hitter, each hit ignoring 10% defense. Will ignore another 5% for each debuff on the target and steal turn meter. 50% chance of repeating the attack against another target except the initial target who is under 2 or more debuffs. Occurs once per attack. So potentially you've got a chance to take 2 people out with an A1 if it hits hard. And it does ignore some defense. So if you've got, I don't know, like a Calvalax and then someone doing drop defense and weaken, and somehow they didn't get polymorphed, suddenly you're going to be ignoring like 30% defense off the bat with an A1. Could be quite interesting. A2 then, a double hitter again, books to a 4-turn. The first hit places blocked passive skills, which is very strong nowadays, honestly, and decreased defense. The second hit applies debuff spread, so he's trying to set himself up then for his A1, I guess. The second hit applies debuff spread, taking all debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies. Wow, that's actually nuts. The debuff spread will work even if the target is killed, and you get another turn if you kill someone. If this hits hard, then that's a crazy skill. I don't know if there's anyone in the game that would spread all debuffs like that. Does anyone spread all debuffs? I'm not sure. But that's crazy. Okay, we've then got AoE. So on the A3, books to a 3-turn, AoE hit before attacking, gives himself increased accuracy for 2 turns, decreases the duration of all enemy buffs by 2 turns, and places decreased speed on all enemies as well. This is good, but it's kind of a bit anti-synergy for his hit. Or is it? I guess he needs accuracy for this. He needs accuracy to spread the debuffs as well, so maybe not. Maybe you do need accuracy in this build, which means it's harder to make him a damage dealer, like a full-out damage dealer, because giving yourself accuracy just weakens your build a bit. What else we got? A passive here. This champion is immune to basically all control. Whenever an enemy attempts to place one of these on this champion, instantly activates Inducer of Panic, which is the A2. Crikey. So if anyone tries to put any sort of control on him, he pops off an A2, which puts block passives, decreased defense, and debuff spread. And if he kills someone, does he go again at this point? I guess he does. I guess he basically is interrupting the turns. Whenever an enemy attempts to place it, instantly activates it. Doesn't set it on cooldown either. Flippin' heck, this guy sounds nutty if he hits hard. Increases damage dealt by 5% for each debuff placed by this champion or an ally. I wonder if spreading debuffs counts as placing it. I don't think it does. So if he spreads a load of debuffs, I don't think that's going to give him this damage boost. I think it's just the ones he puts on initially. Probably quite... Is it easy to test? Might be quite easy to test. The damage increase resets each time a skill is used on this champion's turn. I guess by that I mean an active skill like an A2 or an A3? Or are you saying run him slow? I don't know. I don't know if that... Because this is a skill. I guess it just like all of this builds up when it's not his turn, and then when it is his turn, it resets. But you could possibly get up to 50% more damage when it's not his turn through this. That's kind of weird. That again needs a bit of testing here, but interesting champ. Accuracy in all battles. Very interesting champ. Okay, what else we got? We've got a new mythical here. Purad Wolfheart. hiding under his wolf hat. Are you there? Damn, looks sweet, this guy. Love this, actually. Really, really cool. Massive. I can't even see his axe. It's so big. Ah, such a shame we can't pan up there. Oh, maybe I can if I do this tonight. Oh, just about. We could just about get eyes on it. It's got like a flamey part to it. Looks sweet. And then we got this thing on his back with like the glowing embers. I guess he's ready to cook up some wolf. I love this, actually. Great looking champ. Okay, so mythical. So what does he look like when he changes then? Does he turn into a wolf? Damn. Didn't expect it. Okay, he turns into like a frost dude. Yeah, sweet. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so he's a support-based champ that turns into an HP one. In his first form, double hitter. Each hit has got a chance to freeze. If the target is not under a freeze, we'll repeat the attack once. So he's going to get 4 hits if they don't land the freeze. We've then got... That's actually... that's potentially kind of nutty for Fire Knight Hard. Because you can land the freeze, but it won't stay on. Which means that he gets 4 hits, I believe, against Fire Knight Hard. And he's got the chance to freeze, which will push back the turn meter when the shield is not there. That's pretty mad. We've got block, debuffs, and increased speed for all for all allies. Decrease the cooldown of all ally skills except this champion's by a turn on a 3 turn. That is nutty as well. Crazy ability there. Then got an AoE, books to a 4. Places a freeze on all enemies and decreased speed. If the enemy is from Galen Pack, places a freeze for 2 turns and goes again. So it's pretty much on a 3 turn. And that kind of makes this one pretty much on a 2 turn, by the way. This reduced cooldown of skills. Or 2/3. Crazy. Okay. Whenever this champion receives a debuff from an enemy, 30% chance to freeze them, and it goes to 100% if they're from Galen Pact. What's the Galen Pact again? Galen Pact is ogres, lizards, skinwalkers, orcs. Okay. Right, and then yeah, that's his passive. So let's see what his other form is all about. Don't know why that just happened. The other form is an HP base. Doesn't have a lot of HP really. 22k. Attacks an enemy. If this attack kills an enemy, resets the cooldown of one of this champion's random skills. Okay, reset of skills. AoE here places an extra hit on enemies under freeze, stun, fear, pretty much any control. Each hit decreases target's max HP. Each hit also decreases target's turn meter. Cannot be resisted if they're under any sort of control on a 3 turn. Okay, might hit really hard. Probably won't, but it might hit kind of... It probably will hit kind of hard for an HP-based dude. We then got attacks an enemy, books to a 3 turn, will ignore 50% defense. Bit Mountain Kingy this part. If they're under freeze, will ignore 100% defense. And if the target is under freeze, also places block revive. Damn, that's actually very cool. Yeah, this guy feels pretty arena-based, I'd say. We'll definitely have that place in Fire Knight Hard, but feels pretty arena setup. We've then got a passive here. Counterattacks with Rhyme Cleave. What's that, the A1? Yeah. Whenever an enemy increases the cooldown of any of this champion's skills. And that obviously gives you a chance to get it back. Quite cool synergy there. Accuracy in all battles. Fun looking champ, honestly. Lots going on. Okay, we've got Black Tusk as well. So this is the guy that we saw the other day. The faction unity guy. Felt pretty nuts as well, honestly. He's got the stun. He's got cleanse and then ally attack with the whole team on a 3 turn. And then he's got removes all buffs from a target, then stuns them for 2 turns and fills his champion's turn meter. And then if there's other dwarves around, the buff removal and stun cannot be resisted, so no accuracy required. Resets the cooldown of the skill if an enemy is killed while under stun, and he's obviously getting that stun away a decent amount. You've then got 3 allies around. Allies deal double damage to enemies under stun. And that's on a 3 turn. And then a passive. Allies will counterattack whenever they lose 10% or more of their max HP from a hit, which should be basically all the time. If there are multiple champions on the team that still only activate once, yeah, that's normal. But then if there's more people around, whenever an ally places a stun or whatever, fills that champion's turn meter by 20% once per skill. Again, I don't know if this is once per skill, but can hit multiple allies and do it. Whenever an ally is attacked, 50% chance of placing decreased resistance and speed on the attacker. If the ally is under block damage or unkillable or protection or stone skin, the chances increase to 100%. And then faction ally piece here. At the start of a round, places stone skin on all allies for a turn. That part is actually like mad. So this guy's pretty mental as well. It's just like mental season for new champs coming in. One more. Arashi. A shiny looking samurai. Another HP based dude. Got his nunchucks at the back there. Nice little tats going on. Okay, Arashi. Pretty fast. Not too much going on with stats that's a worry. Double hitter. Each hit has got a chance to steal a random buff. This effect cannot be resisted if this champion's under veils and stuff. We've got a single target one here. Books to a 3-turn. Ignores 25% defense as well as shield, strengthen. Will also ignore stone skin if he's under a veil. If he kills someone, increases the duration of all buffs on this champion. That's cool as well. So we then got AoE before attacking places a veil and increased crit damage on this champ. This attack deals single target damage to each target individually rather than AoE damage. That's important because stuff like Hydra, they've got loads of damage reductors to AoE. Champions like Duchess reduce the damage that you take from AoE. So this actually becomes pretty impactful. Will ignore 15% defense of the first enemy's defense. After hitting the first enemy, will hit every other enemy. Following the initial hit, each subsequent hit ignores 5% more, up to 35% defense. Okay, so you kind of want to hit something that you feel like you're going to kill, or at least you don't want to hit the guy with the maximum defense first. But each enemy killed by the attack increases this champion's HP up to 30% more. Got a passive as well. At the start of each round gets perfect veil. So he could just go in and one-shot someone with stone skin on potentially. And then you increase the duration of your veil to go again. 20% chance to reflect all damage and debuffs this champion receives back to the attacker. And then the active part, which you can book down to 2 turns. If the reflected damage kills someone, fills this champion's turn meter and puts perfect veil on them. Okay, that's interesting. We've got speed in arena. Feels very arena. Okay. I mean, bunch of new champions. Obviously, the pool gets bigger, but some pretty fun, cool ones in there. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in the next one.